Good morning, everyone. Life has a way of putting obstacles in our path. Sometimes they come as small inconveniences, a bad day, a missed opportunity, a moment of doubt. Other times they feel like mountains too steep to climb, failure, loss, rejection, the kind of setbacks that make you question if you should even keep going. But here's the truth: every challenge you face is a test of your patience, your determination, your ability to adapt, and most importantly, your willingness to keep moving forward even when everything tells you to stop. Think about the people who achieved greatness, the entrepreneurs who built companies from nothing, the athletes who pushed beyond their limits, the leaders who defied expectations. None of them had an easy ride. Their stories are filled with failures, setbacks, and moments where quitting seemed like the logical option. But they didn't see challenges as roadblocks. They saw them as stepping stones. Because in the grand scheme of life, the things that try to break you are the very things that shape you. Adversity isn't here to stop you. It's here to prepare you, to test whether you are truly ready for what you're chasing. So the real question is, when life tests you, how do you respond? Do you back down or do you rise up? Do you see challenges as an excuse to quit or as proof that you are on the right path? Because one thing is certain: those who embrace the test, who lean into the struggle instead of running from it, are the ones who create change, who leave an impact, and who become unstoppable. Most people see challenges as barriers, something standing in their way, something to avoid, something unfair. But that mindset is the real obstacle. Because challenges are not here to stop you. They are here to invite you to grow, to step beyond what you were yesterday, and to prove what you're capable. Think about it. Every major breakthrough in history, every great achievement was born from a challenge. The people who built the tallest skyscrapers, who launched rockets into space, who revolutionized industries, they didn't get there by avoiding difficulties. They got there by accepting the challenge, by treating problems as opportunities, by refusing to let obstacles define them. Every challenge in your life is an invitation to rise to the occasion, to develop a new skill, to push beyond what you thought was possible. It's life asking you, are you ready for the next level? When you're faced with a setback, when things don't go your way, you have two choices. You can see it as a wall or you can see it as a doorway. The people who succeed are the ones who step through that door, who take on the challenge with courage and determination, knowing that every difficulty brings with it a lesson, a new strength, a new opportunity. So the next time life throws a challenge your way, don't ask, why is this happening to me? Instead, ask, what is this trying to teach me? Because challenges don't block your path, they reveal it. Nothing grows without resistance. A muscle only becomes stronger when it's pushed beyond its comfort zone, forced to endure tension and strain. Without resistance, it stays weak. The same is true for you. Every challenge you face, every obstacle that pushes against you, is an opportunity to build the strength you need to reach the next level. Think about the most successful people in any field. They didn't get there by avoiding struggle. They got there by embracing it, by seeing resistance as the price of growth, not a reason to stop. Look at nature. A tree that grows in perfect conditions with no strong winds or storms develops weak roots. But the trees that stand the test of time are the ones that have been beaten by the wind, forced to dig their roots deeper, made stronger by their struggles. The same principle applies to you. If everything in life were easy, there would be no progress, no breakthroughs, no transformation. It's the hard days, the struggles, the failures that mold you into someone who can take on anything. So the next time you feel resistance, whether it's failure, rejection, or hardship, don't see it as something working against you. See it as something working for you, because every moment of struggle is making you stronger. And one day you'll look back and realize that the very things that tried to break you were actually the things that built you. If success were easy, everyone would have it. But the truth is, the greatest destinations, the life-changing achievements, the groundbreaking innovations, the dreams that redefine reality are only reached by those who are willing to walk the hardest roads. Think about it. Every person who has ever accomplished something extraordinary has faced difficulties that would have made most people quit. The entrepreneurs who built billion-dollar companies started with failures. The athletes who became champions pushed through years of struggle, injury, and doubt. The leaders who changed the world faced rejection, criticism, and resistance at every step. Greatness isn't found on the easy path. It's found in the moments where everything in you wants to stop and you keep going. It's found in the nights of sacrifice, the days of relentless effort, and the moments where you refuse to let failure define you. Look at history. Every major achievement was met with hardship. Every breakthrough was born from persistence. The people who made a lasting impact weren't the ones who had smooth, effortless journeys. They were the ones who faced the storms, climbed the steepest mountains, and refused to give up when things got hard. So if your journey feels difficult, if the road ahead looks impossible, remind yourself this is what greatness feels like. Every struggle is proof that you are on a path worth walking. Every obstacle is a sign that you're headed towards something meaningful. Because in the end, the most incredible destinations are only reached by those who have the courage to endure the hardest roads. Every challenge you face comes with a choice. You can let it control you, or you can take control of it. Too often, people let their struggles define who they are. They let failure convince them they're not good enough. They let obstacles make them feel powerless. But the truth is, a challenge only has the power you give it. Think of every great achiever in history: scientists, entrepreneurs, athletes, leaders. They all faced challenges that could have defined them as failures, but instead of accepting defeat, they chose to define the challenge on their own terms. They saw obstacles as stepping stones, failures as lessons, and difficulties as opportunities to grow stronger. A setback is only permanent if you decide it is. The only difference between someone who succeeds and someone who doesn't is how they respond when things get tough. Do you let the challenge crush you, or do you stand up and say, "This is just a test, and I will pass it"? When life throws something hard at you, don't say, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, say, "How can I use this to become better?" Because you are bigger than any struggle you face. You are stronger than any failure. And in the end, your challenges will define your story. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't intelligence, luck, or talent, it's perseverance. Success doesn't come to the ones who start strong, it comes to the ones who refuse to stop. Every great success story is filled with moments of failure, rejection, and doubt. The world's most influential leaders, innovators, and athletes have all faced times when giving up seemed like the easiest option. But what separates them from the rest is that they kept going. Think about it. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking creativity before he built his empire. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team before becoming one of the greatest players of all time. They all had reasons to quit, but they didn't, because they understood that failure is not the end, it's part of the journey. The truth is, most people give up just before they're about to succeed. They let temporary pain stop them from achieving something permanent. But the ones who win, they push through. They keep going even when they don't see results, even when it feels impossible, even when everything in them is telling them to stop. Because success isn't about having a perfect journey. It's about endurance. It's about taking one more step when you feel like you can't. It's about trusting that as long as you don't quit, you will get there. So when you face challenges, when you hit a wall, when you start doubting yourself, remember this: success doesn't belong to the smartest, the strongest, or the luckiest. It belongs to those who simply refuse to give up. At the end of the day, every challenge, every setback, every moment of struggle is asking you one simple question: how bad do you want it? Because success isn't just about talent. It's not just about intelligence, resources, or luck. It's about desire, the kind of burning desire that makes you get up when you fall, that makes you keep pushing when you're exhausted, that makes you ignore the doubters and the excuses. Look around. The people who achieve greatness, the ones who leave a mark on this world, aren't always the most gifted. They're the ones who want it the most. They're the ones who wake up early, who put in the extra effort, who sacrifice comfort for the sake of their dreams. Life will test you. It will throw obstacles in your way, not to stop you, but to see if you're serious. When you fail, will you try again? When people tell you that you can't, will you prove them wrong? When you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you feel like quitting, will you keep going anyway? That's the test. That's what separates the ones who dream from the ones who do. So ask yourself, how bad do I want this? Because if the answer is bad enough, nothing can stop you. Not failure, not fear, not the opinions of others. When you want something badly enough, you find a way. When you don't, you find an excuse. So the choice is yours. The test is in front of you. The only question left is, are you ready to prove how much you want it? Life will test you again and again. Not because it wants to break you, but because it wants to build you. Every challenge is a chance to rise, to learn, to grow. Think about it. When was the last time you truly wanted something that mattered? Did it come easily? Probably not, because anything worth having demands effort, sacrifice, and resilience. Success isn't handed to you. It's earned through late nights, early mornings, failures, doubts, and moments when everything in you screams to stop. The question isn't whether you'll face these moments. The question is what you'll do when they come. Will you complain that the path is too hard? Or will you keep moving forward, knowing that every step, no matter how painful, is bringing you closer to your goal? Will you let fear hold you back? Or will you push through, understanding that fear is just a sign that you're doing something meaningful? The truth is, most people never pass the test. They give up too soon. They let failure define them. They settle for good enough instead of striving for greatness. But then there are the few, the ones who see every challenge as fuel, the ones who take failure as a lesson, not a defeat, the ones who understand that pain, struggle, and sacrifice are not signs to quit, but signs that they are on the right path. So when the next challenge comes, Don't see it as an obstacle. See it as proof that you're moving forward. Because those who are tested the most, those who refuse to quit, those who embrace the struggle, they are the ones who change the world. The only question left is, when the test comes, will you rise to the occasion? Thank you.